My name is Kelly Dory, and I'm a student at the University of South Alabama in EDM 310. And today I am going to interview Mrs. Hope, who teaches 12th grade English at Davidson High School. Thank you for hanging out with us.
You're welcome.
Miss Hope does something really exciting. She actually uses project-based learning in her classroom. She has a whole senior presentation where they have an audience of community members?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Volunteers from the community.
So, will you tell us a little bit about your
Sure.
project?
It's a nationally known curriculum. I did a convention a couple years ago in South Carolina where I learned a little bit about Senior Project. And in some states, it's required in order for graduation. So we're one of, I want to say it's 5 other schools in the area that does Senior Project. Some other schools do it a little bit differently. But essentially, it's along with our English 12 class. And so when our kids come into the classroom, we're either doing Senior Project work or we're doing the literature work that we need to do in order to meet their requirements. And so we have kids do some career, inventories, just interest inventories to find out where their interests lie. And so, for instance, all of my girls want to be pediatric nurses. And they all want to work with babies. And so it's not like they could do a research project just on babies or just on pediatric nurses. They have to find a topic within that career that interests them. So I'm trying to think of something. So like, for instance, prenatal care and how important prenatal care is for, a new mother. And then within that topic, they have to develop an issue question, a research question, or we call it the essential question. Mm-hmm. How can new mothers or pregnant mothers give the proper care to their babies? And then over the course of a semester, they have to research that topic with a bunch of different steps that we take through the research. And then at the end of the first quarter, they turn in their research project. They have to do 10 hours of community service, or we've added job shadowing. So they could shadow a doctor, which is very rare. You're welcome. And or they could do community service like at a women's shelter, or I have a lot of girls that have been working at the consignment store, Penelope's Closet. Mm-hmm. They're not working with battered women, but they're working for battered women. They have to do a poster of intent. They do resumes. They do a product, which is something they create as a result of what they've learned. So they might do like a gift bag for a battered woman shelter, or I've had girls make blankets for babies in the NICU. And then from there, they have to work on a 10-minute presentation, and it's all leading up to board night. And on board night, it's not just about the research, it's about the entire project and everything they've done leading up to this night. So essentially, the reason that I'm very passionate about this project is because I have kids who will go to a 4-year school, a 2-year school, a trade school, beauty school, or straight into the job market. And so I really want to teach these kids how to communicate effectively, no matter what they're doing. A lot of my students have never made a phone call to a person they don't know. They don't know how to talk on the phone because of technology and the way that texting and everything is immediate for these kids too. Mm-hmm. So the process behind it, I think, is important too.
How do they feel about doing this project? Are they excited because they get to choose their topics and be engaged in it like that?
It's really funny because starting off, they hear so many rumors about how hard it is, but board night is like the best night for them because they realize that they have accomplished so much. And so once they've finished their projects, these kids are like crying and excited and hooting and hollering in the hallways because they're so proud of themselves. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, I have a really bright kid who doesn't see the point in this. And they get really frustrated, and I just sort of have to overlook that because there's so many other kids who come back from college and will tell me, nobody in my class knows what a thesis statement is, but I know how to write a thesis statement. Or I'm in a class and we had to get up and give a speech, and I made an A on all my speeches, and these other kids are freaking out. But I've given a speech in front of people I don't know, so it doesn't bother me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's been neat.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much for sharing
You're
your
welcome.
expertise with us.
No problem.